You see a police officer, you go in the other direction. You nod, you smile, you do whatever you have to do to have no interaction whatsoever.
Lawrence Otis Graham is a father of 3 and author of many books on race and class.
We have all kinds of rules, particularly with our black boys. You don't go out after night. You don't wear the hoodies. You don't wear sunglasses. You don't do anything that somebody can project their biases and stereotypes of what the dangerous black boy is supposed to look like.
Those in this room, not just black and white, but also blue.
Let me ask all the officers, how does it make you feel that Lawrence is telling his kids, if you see a cop, you go the other way?
People forget that cops aren't robots, they're human beings, and behind that I bleed the same color as everybody else in this room.
We're all a part of some group. So I'm a Muslim, I'm a black man and a police officer, and I feel like even though you have greatness in all 3 groups, a lot of times the best of those groups and the rest of those groups get treated like the worst of those groups.
How do you account for the statistics that African American men are at a 2.5 times rate of being shot by a cop or excessive force during a police encounter as opposed to a white guy?
Never once did I have any officer of any race put his vest on, strap up his gun belt, put his shirt on, walk in front of the police and say, I want to go out there and kill a certain type of person today.
Sergeant Joey Imperatrice is the founder of Blue Lives Matter in New York City. Former officer Andy Dwyer is a member. Andy knows firsthand what it's like to lose a loved one in the line of duty, his brother, Anthony.
He was 23 years old, chasing a robbery suspect, and they got onto the roof, they got into a fight, and the guy pushed my brother off the building. Subsequently died from that.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
Well, thank you. It definitely heightened my senses and to know that any day this can happen. Everybody's seen the videos where, you know, a cop walks up to the car and the guy opens fire on him and, you know, starts shooting, and the cop's just walking up thinking it's just a broken taillight. So the cops are on edge.
Black Lives Matter!
One of the major flashpoints in the recent national dialogue has been centered on the rallying cry, Black Lives Matter. Some people feel the term is inherently divisive, preferring to instead say, all lives matter.
When you hear Black Lives Matter, what does that mean to you?
Among some communities, black lives are not valued as much as white lives. When I hear someone like former Mayor Rudy Giuliani make ridiculous statements that Black Lives Matter is inherently racist, they're not saying that blacks are better than whites, they're just saying that they matter as well.
Bedford Dort says it's the unknowns he fears when it comes to interactions with police.
There was an experience where I had where a police officer, I could see the fear in his eyes. And nothing's scarier than being an unarmed person looking at someone who is armed being frightened of you.
Bedford and his wife Chelsea married 2 years ago. They